This is the If More Let's Divide podcast.
Yo, guys, Charlie, what to go on? Welcome to the If More Let's Divide podcast, Charlie. Episode, season after season, episode after episode. And Charlie, like we always talk to you guys, we are here to stay. Charlie, Fred, what to go on?
What's good, my G?
Charlie, you hear, have you heard about the Dalai Lama story? Like,
Bro.
when he asked a young child in public to suck his tongue.
You know, I see the news. I was so disgusted. I didn't even want to continue reading or watching what was happening. So I just pushed it to the back burner because I'm like, I even heard there was some sucking of toes or something in addition to the tongue.
Charlie, these spiritual leaders they are all freaks. Just weeks after, or less than a week, when news came of about 60, kids being who have been defiled by Catholic priests. Then the next week, the Dalai Lama.
There's a new one.
Oh, Charlie, say.
But the Catholic Church, they ain't no go stop. Until they go remove that, them celibacy on them.
But who has sent you to be a priest?
Because
to
they
belong
have
to the church.
So they have the warped mentality of holiness, that abstaining from sex makes you holy. And they are sleeping with their nuns, they're sleeping with children. Because you're human, man.
Yeah.
Sex they like food. At some point, the body needs it. So they're going to find, and when it compiles, they're going to find all kinds of dirty ways to hide their proclivities, man. But it'd be fucked up.
But these spiritual leaders, like the Dalai Lama, I'm like, what? Then I saw the video. With me, I saw the video. And
oh, really?
It made it disgusting.
But what did they do? I'm like, forgetting tongues. That guy, they all go.
The child at a point was scared.
Wow.
He wanted to walk away, and
Ew.
and the Dalai Lama was like no emotion. Like you could see that it's something that he's been doing.
Wow.
In private.
And he said, suck my tongue?
Clearly.
He didn't speak English?
No, like the translation was there.
Okay.
Suck my tongue. And he just brought his tongue out.
Ooh. Hey, bro,
Like,
get hurt.
I'm sure he forgot where he was because maybe he's growing and,
See now.
yeah, forgetfulness has set in. So later on, I'm sure he will be like, oh, what the fuck did I do?
I hope this probably brings out, if he's been doing this, then other people are going to start speaking. Yes. Other kids are going to start speaking up as well.
Yeah.
It'd be fucked up.
They should come out like how those Catholic, stories are coming out. Charlie, who do we have today on the pod?
Charlie. Actually working with, as you say, medium match.
Swag.
So you're swagified.
You come out with swag, but you go take care of your dog. The dog that she gave me.
Oh, she gave you the dog?
Yeah.
That's a beautiful dog.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah, Charlie.
You do the intro.
Okay, Charlie.
Do the honest, man.
She's like a sister to me. We always argue, we always fight, we always laugh, we always talk, about everything. I've known her for years.
Decades, you want to say?
No, years actually.
Years.
Yeah. Okay, more than a decade.
Kid, yeah.
Way more than a decade, And she's a G,
Artist.
she's smart, an artist, she's everything, a musician. She just dropped a single, and yeah, we are definitely going to talk about that song because her flow was so impeccable.
Is the song out publicly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
with
I
a
used to
video.
think of her as a provocateur, but we'll talk about that too.
Charlie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all you out there, help us welcome Sister Deborah.
Yes, sir. Hello. How are you, darling?
Hello. Okay, cool.
Yo.
Sister Derby. Charlie, what's up?
Nothing much.
Yeah, with you, it will be easy speaking English with you because we have always been speaking English.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Then maybe we don't talk like broken pidgin now.
Are you sure? But I speak very good pidgin.
Yeah, but I think we always speak
You and
straight
I.
English. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Abi, you they see me like a lady, so you don't speak pidgin with
Do
me.
you speak any local languages?
Tree. but not fluently.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tree.
Yeah. Chai, Derby, what's up?
Cool.
The first, this isn't the plan for the conversation, but you just dropped a single with Medikal, and you guys backed it up with a dope music video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but for me, from where I stand, I thought a collaboration with Medikal was never ever going to happen. So why,
How come it happened?
Yeah.
I mean, him reaching out to me for the feature, to me it was normal because we did Too Risky together. And it was a hit. And
Massive hit.
we've done other songs together like Sampanana, and we have another song on his old album called Make Us See. It's on his first album, Disturbation, right? Yeah. And always recording and working with him has always been so natural and easy, you know. We like the same kind of vibe, and I admire his talent. I like the way he uses the tree and then the English, I mean, some people will say it's corny, but then it works.
It's
style,
actually dope.
Yeah, his style is actually dope, and the way he plays with his words, he uses a lot of words, and then he uses words that the streets are familiar with, the masses can relate to, those kind of terms. Those are the things that make people happy, and then you know that he's having fun with words, he's playing with words. So I have always been wondering why we haven't even been performing more and stuff, because even though we had a relationship and we broke up and it was public, I have never had any bad sentiments or whatever about it, It happens, you accept, and then you just accept. Once you're able to accept, then you are cool. And I'm the type of person that I don't keep bitterness and anger in me. That's one. And also, I feel like there's a reason for everything.
Okay.
I mean, after the breakup, I had, or let's say during when we started having issues, I already had the song Kakalika Love written down and recorded, right? And then when the breakup happened, he released some stuff and people were like, oh, he's shading you. And then I already had a song ready, right? So then one of us like, oh, this is the time to drop your song. I'm like, no, I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm going back and forth some way, He's like, nah, you're a pop artist and your fans want to know what's happening in your life. As a pop artist, you need to tell your story. So that's when we dropped Kakalika Love. But what I'm trying to say is that I always look at the good out of everything. Or no matter what situation I'm in, no matter how bad, I have this habit or this obsession with finding a positive outcome.
In the situation.
Out of every situation. Am I lying?
Yeah, true. Actually.
I'm always trying to solve a problem. If someone comes with a complaint, I'm quickly looking for a solution. Naturally, that's how I've always been.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like complaining, dragging. Once I hear something, I'm quickly looking for a solution. Okay, why don't we do this? Okay, let me call this person. Okay. So that's how I am. So I always try to get a positive situation out of anything that I go through. Even if we go somewhere and I feel like, okay, the project we can't shoot or it's messed, I always try and use the time and try and make use of that time or whatever.
Where do you think that comes from? Or what inspires that? Why are you constantly being positive?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's just that's how I've been. I've always been like that. I think listening to older people and listening to more experienced people, growing up, I've learned to appreciate life, like having life, and also valuing time. So I'm the type of person that every day I want to at least do something. But I've also come to learn that, it's also fine to rest. Because if some days you don't put it aside and rest, when the serious project comes, you won't have the health or the energy to do it. So naturally, my body makes me rest and do such things. But then I also read about it and I'm like, oh, that thing I did is actually good. You can't always be forcing and killing yourself. Like when you look at musicians, sometimes they go on a break and it's fine. It's not always by force. You have to be under pressure and releasing music, right? But yeah, the positive thing, I don't know. I've just been like that.
But you saying which is true, 100% true. But another thing that's true is, and it's something that I don't like about you. Because
being friends with my exes?
No, because I always I always cringe and get intimidated when I'm around her and she's doing that. You can't fake it if you don't like someone.
Oh shit!
I don't know
Yeah.
if I don't know if it's because I know you, so your facial expressions would give you out like what? I feel you are one person who can't fake it. Like if you watch very carefully, and Deborah doesn't like you, you can tell. Am I right?
I think you are right.
Yeah, like Debbie can't.
But wait, what
fake.
do I do?
I can't
the energy.
explain.
Or you
Yeah,
see
the
my
energy and
whole-
the face and maybe some of the responses that you would give the person. Like if the person is smart, they would know.
Very
They'll get it.
sarcastic
There are times that
responses. Are they sarcastic?
Yeah, very sarcastic. and yes, you are very sarcastic. There are
I
times
thrive on
bad.
sarcasm, so that's a good
yeah,
thing.
there are times that like I enter your room and I can tell Debbie doesn't need me here.
Oh,
Oh no! I can tell.
I've
like
always wanted you in my room,
Azar.
darling.
So
No, that's a lie. I always like you coming to the house.
okay, so have you ever been paid for a feature? Like okay, for instance, for your
okay.
last feature featuring Medikal, like when Medikal featured you, were you paid?
It's in the pipeline.
Oh, so like have you ever been paid for a feature
Oh,
or
of course.
it's something that you are doing
Oh, I've been.
for the fun of it?
Oh,
or-
okay. I've been paid. I mean, Medikal is a mate and everything, like a colleague and
Hey,
all
mate,
that.
when you say mate.
A mate, like a industry mate.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's levels to everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But upcoming artists have, asked me, oh, how much are you taking? I want a
And
feature.
you
So
don't
I've done it. No, I charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I charge. I charge.
What would make you do a free feature for someone?
Maybe I know the person a little bit,
Yeah.
or person is very talented, or the song is like, I love the song so much. Yeah.
That
yeah.
you do for free.
Yeah. But most of the people that have contacted me for features that like I never ever knew before, I charged them
charge
and they
them.
paid. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And they were happy with the verse I sent.
You have never told me this. I thought you were you did your features for free.
Oh,
Or
no.
some
I
comics like-
charge.
Why did you go work for
There's even
free?
some, hey. There's even some features that I've done, they've paid me and they haven't released it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even when they call me to be in a music video, I charge sometimes even more than the feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was one wild tweet you saw when Medikal released the song?
Please, which song?
The one you went, Sister Deborah.
Oh, you said a wild tweet?
Tweets like because people I saw a tweet or two
Okay.
talking about hey Debbie and Medikal. Like did you see any tweet that really got you looking twice or thinking twice or cussing whoever out?
Okay, I saw comments on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
tweeting,
they're the
comments,
same.
yeah.
They were just funny. Like, the one I can remember right now is, hey, please, am I seeing well or do I need eye drop? I saw something like, those who need eye drop, gather here. That was so funny. It was so funny. Like, a lot of people were like, hey, am I seeing well or is it my eye? That thing. Hey, is this real or is it me, my eye? That Ghanaian term, so funny.
Yeah.
How long ago was the breakup? Like 2 years?
5.
Wow.
I think 2018, breakup 2018. So what, 19, 20, 21?
Well, you're a public figure, so I'm
5
trying to
years.
see why
5
people
years.
have clung on to it.
Yeah.
For this
It's
long.
crazy. Like, he's married and all, and they still, like, even in traffic, they still call me so and so's wife. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Because I feel you guys were together for a while. It was out there. You guys were cute.
You know, cute couple.
Yeah. so
Don't mind
maybe,
him. Don't mind him.
Yeah. So maybe. How do you?
I feel like people still can't comprehend why we broke up. They still can't
Yeah,
comprehend.
even me.
Even you, then you can imagine.
Yeah. Even
Yes.
even me.
People can't comprehend. Yeah, so that's.
How do you respond to trolls online? Do they get to you? How do you deal with trolls?
Oh, I respond to quite a number.
Yeah.
Like when I have time, I take time, I respond. Even if it's not on my page. If it's on blogs, I go and respond, share. So what I do is...
You got time, huh? You
I
got
have
time to do.
I have time. Plus, when if I post something that is interactive, Instagram algorithm, within the first hour, if you want the post to really fly, you have to be interactive for like within that hour. So what happens is, if someone comments, like says something that, sometimes just an emoji. So let's say you reply. Now the person is going to come back to your page. You see, so there's interaction. The thing is going. So they come back to your page, and then maybe if something is something controversial, they are sharing with people, or maybe, hey, Sister Debbie has responded to me. So it's going. Plus it's interactive. So someone will come and see the conversation, maybe share with people, that kind of thing. But basically, commenting brings people back to the page, to the post, So when you post within that hour, you need to be interactive. And also, there's some other tips. Also with IG Reels now, instead of doing hashtags, you can still do your hashtags. But now, if you look below when you're posting the reel, it says add topic. So they've already created some hashtags for you. So when you choose from there, I think it helps. I don't know. And the trolls. So sometimes I look at the person and understand where they're coming from. Sometimes I try to educate them, because some people, when I tell them that, I try to educate, so it's not like I insult or anything. I give facts and everything. 1 out of maybe 1,000 will come and say, Sister Debbie, I've never thought of it that way. I'm going to read more. You see, then there's hope. But the others, when you give them facts about certain things, they just insult you. Oh, Shani Jimmy, go back to Romania. You are Romania, cry for God, they don't accept me.
People have actually said that to you?
Oh, a lot of times.
Go back to Romania?
For certain reasons. Maybe I'm talking about something and they don't agree with it, because maybe their parents told them that it's not good. So they'll tell me go back to Romania. And I tell them that there's people like you over there too. Then they have nothing to say.
Wow, that's funny. That's a good comeback. Actually.
And sometimes too, but I try not to take it personal, honestly, because I've never seen someone finer or more intelligent than me coming through me. And I always say that.
If I clap for that one.
The balls.
I got the balls. And also, I always say this. One time I saw someone come and insult me, some guy, and then I went to look at his profile. And there was a picture of him like fetching water in some metal bucket. The compound looked struggling. And I saw a chicken in the background. The chicken had no feathers on the neck. The chicken, small one, you know the one, you don't know if it's chick or chicken, in between, like vulture baby. No, I said, hey, look at this hustling. So such people, you don't have to insult them back. What they are going through, you have to understand. So I don't have to take it personal, but, answer in a way that, can provoke thoughts, try and educate in a way, Sometimes, so I just write WMT, then I move on. Some people do that,
so they can say. You finish out that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And the last thing, this is how I tackle teenage boys, like troll. Honestly, I have too many teenage boys in my DMs.
Saying what?
Kids.
Really?
Sometimes they come and insult me, especially Twitter. You can see that they are young. They are very young. So when they insult me, I'll be like, oh, no wonder your cut is small like crayon. Then it pains them. Because they are kids. Because they are kids. So I know such things will get to them. And it does get to them.
Really?
Yeah, because they are kids. So it's those kind of insults and things that get to them.
You're toughening the next generation up, Charlie.
But Fred, no matter what you have, no matter what I have, if someone insults you, like, or say a crayon, your penis like a crayon.
No matter how big it is.
No matter how big it is, like, it will touch you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially because you're going to say, oh, sister, this is how Sister Debbie, they see me say my thing. We did like, sometimes I say shrimp. But so do you know what happens? Then their friends also come and laugh, and it's all banter. Do you get it? Like that. Yeah.
You made, Fred, you don't ask questions.
No, go ahead.
You made mention of Romania. We know your mom is from Romania.
Yes.
And your father is a Ghanaian. So you have 2 passports, right? You are a dual citizen.
Yes.
Which one do you value more?
You are bad, though. You want them to sack me from Ghana.
No, I mean, which one do you value more?
Oh, when it comes to the actual book, no. I value the actual book. I value the European one more, which is the Romanian passport. Okay, because of the what is it, flexibility?
Yeah. You can easily get to.
I can go to the UK, anywhere in Europe. I don't need a visa.
You can go to the UK without a visa? Oh, wow.
Okay, since Brexit, unless you want to work, I think now you have to do some paper stuff. But yes, You can even go to Canada without a visa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Ghana book will be wet.
They're my favorite country in the whole wide world.
And you can also go to Dubai without a visa. Yeah. So I value that book more. But, being born and raised in Ghana and being a public figure in Ghana, of course, Ghana helps me for now. You understand? If I go to Romania right now, before blowing globally, I'll have to start from scratch.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
But like,
I tried it for the
But
blowing up globally.
what I'm trying to say is that I'm proud to be African.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud to be from Africa.
So maybe you live here, so you claim your Ghanaian side more than your Romanian side?
I don't like to claim my Ghanaian side more. I like to, see it as a 50-50 because I am 50-50, right? But I'm just used to Ghana more. Yeah, I'm just used to being in Ghana more. Yes,
But it's interesting about this, the question of the book, having the flexibility, the access that you have with a Romanian passport. Sometimes for people who are not that experienced or exposed to have the access to travel as much as you probably do, we don't recognize how stifling the passport itself can be, the Ghanaian passport, because you require a visa to a lot of places that you want to go.
Yes.
And I just went through a recent experience. I was telling Mutombo that I'm taking legal action on it, actually. But one of the challenges that we have as a people, Ghana, other African countries, is access to other places in the world. So my cousin just got married about a month ago.
Okay.
And I was supposed to be a part of the wedding. I didn't find out till maybe, I think, February. And
Like what, 3 weeks to the wedding?
yeah,
or?
3 weeks to the
Okay.
wedding. About a month.
Okay, a month.
So I put together my stuff real quick. I gave them
And you got the invitation letter from them?
everything.
Good.
Yo. Invitation letter. I gave them, they asked, normally they say
What
6 months.
country was it?
UK.
US? Oh, UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been to the UK before. I've been there twice
Okay.
as a younger person.
Okay.
So they have this process they call priority. So I basically end up paying
And you
about
pay more.
$1,000. They ran me through the gauntlet. I was expecting to hear from them. I didn't hear from them. Long story
And at that
short.
time, so the dollar was like, what, 13, 12.7?
Yeah, bouncing me visa, yeah. But what I was telling Mutombo is that people, you see, Ghana, because of certain things, when you get turned down for a visa, it's almost like they shame you. You don't want to talk about it. It's like embarrassing. But I'm taking it on because I feel like it's nonsense. What they did and how they went about it, they don't ask any questions. They take your money, then they just write to you and tell you that I'm trying to move to the UK is the accusation they made towards me, basically. That I'm trying to move to the UK.
They should prove that why you're trying to move to
And I have businesses, registered companies that were registered in 2017 and all.
Did you add that documentation to
I
your...
added all of it. Like, they
Okay.
literally did not bother. I gave them references of reputable people they could have called. They're like, what do you think about this guy? None of that happened. But the point I'm trying to land on is that I love that you don't have to deal with it when you don't want to deal with it. But also, our leaders are failing us because we have to collectively deal with this. Like, they can't come here and set up shop, take our money, and tell you, go home and sleep. $1,000.
It's not easy.
Like, if it's like the money they lie ground. Like, I paid, but forget the money. The thing they've robbed me of is my cousin, hopefully, is never getting married again. And I'll never have the opportunity to be a part of that. But they have full access to our country and do whatever they want. So people be like at the event, then bounce me visa, we are bought. But I'm trying to make a serious point here as well. So if I had the option, like she did, I will always value the outside book a lot more. Because they deal with nonsense regularly. Like, Charlie.
Definitely.
Ghana is and not just Ghana, Africa is packed with too much trash. If you are even moving within the West African countries,
Charlie,
it'd be crazy.
Yeah,
it'd be crazy. But
they make them difficult.
But we all want a one continent, one Africa,
No, we want a one Africa, so we don't have to apply for visas to other African countries. That's the one Africa we want.
But
well, we do even
West
SA.
Africa, we are like ECOWAS.
Yes.
But try, you just try.
Yeah.
The moving from Ghana to any other country, you just try.
The Resistance Day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've gone through that so many times, like several times.
Do they do the immigration bully you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get that
Money,
Money.
you know,
Yeah.
and all that.
The last time I went, I was lucky. I don't know if it was I wearing a wig? Yeah, they were like, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. That one I was lucky. But in the past, they bully you.
Yeah.
They bully you, yeah.
Talking about countries, like, do you have a favorite holiday destination?
Hey, it's not like I travel often that I can say,
but
but
you travel every year, I guess.
not.
Yes.
I don't think every year.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But I think the holiday that I liked the most, which was an actual holiday, it was my birthday in 2021, and I went to a place in Spain, Mallorca.
Okay.
Mallorca, Spain.
With your Romanian passport.
Of course. So actually, let me talk about that.
Yeah,
So with my
please do.
Romanian passport, so the reason I went to Spain in 2021 in August, which was, my birthday was in 25th August, but I went a week before. So I have a friend from Spain. She's an artist. She's called La Pili. You know La Pili, right?
Shouts.
La Pili is on my song called Kanzu. It also
Okay.
features Kofi Mole. The song talks about inner beauty and beauty in different shapes and sizes. So La Pili was called by her friend who is a movie director. He's also an actor. He's called Paco Leon, for a Netflix movie.
Okay.
And then he said to her that, he wanted to put her in a scene, but as a cameo. But then the scene, she's going to be in this convertible car with her friends. And he's given her the opportunity to call her actual friends, her real friends.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So one of her friends that she recommended for the movie, she's a hip-hop choreographer, like a teacher, a dancer. And then the other was a lady. She does Formula One racing,
Okay.
in like Dakar and stuff, or I think at all places, Formula One. So she was driving the car. It was
Okay.
a very old school convertible BM.
Right.
And then she actually recommended me, and I'm in Ghana. So then she said to them, they were interested. They saw my Instagram, they were interested, and she told them that, I actually, advocate for the LGBT rights in Ghana. And I think that also touched or moved them, right?
Okay.
So they checked my Instagram, I think my following, they liked the whole vibe. They even looked through my pictures and said they wanted some certain pictures. They chose some pictures of me that was so natural, less makeup, cornrows, things like that. And then they were like, what about, passport? And they're like, she has a Romanian passport, so they were happy. So with the Romanian passport, they could easily do a work permit for me. They did all that
Wow.
within a short time.
Charlie.
So it was very easy for me to go there and work because they did the proper documentation. They were able to pay me. And it was very nice. So after we shot the movie, we just were on set. They said we are going to be on set from 5 in the morning to 5 in the evening. By 4:30, we were done. At 5 a.m., a Mercedes taxi had come to pick us from Madrid and took us to the outskirts of Madrid where we shot that scene.
Wow.
So it was just a cameo, and we shot it from 7 in the morning to 4:30 in the evening. They kept retaking angles and stuff. And the road, they had people, at both ends of it was like a highway.
Yeah.
But also in the wilderness, it's just fields on each side, right? And that was during COVID time. Everybody had their trailer, they had the stylist, changing room, everyone had their makeup artist.
Wow.
And this is Spain, it's not like Hollywood. Yeah. And they had people doing the COVID test for you. So before you go and do your makeup, they do the rapid COVID test. You had, it was very nice. When you get off set, you take off your heels, they have Crocs for you. They run to you, put Crocs on you. When you're about to go to eat, they give you a big shirt to wear. Everybody had that. Proper.
Yeah. Do you think that you would have
really
been
nice.
slightly hindered if you were using just a Ghanaian passport in that situation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I would have been fully hindered.
My
dear. Go come on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And let me tell you how I got the Romanian passport. So in 2007, when I graduated from KNUST, in 2007 was when Romania and Bulgaria joined the EU. They were the last countries to join.
Yeah.
Okay.
That 2007, I left Ghana after school to Romania to go and work on my passport, to go and do my Romanian passport. So taking bus, going to the office, being looked at because I'm colored, dealing with all that. I did that. I was serious about it. I'm the reason why I used Vim to do it was because I said I'm going to London to go and work. to go and make money. I'm tired of school. I'm going to make money.
Yeah.
So I went. I got my passport. Then I think I went on a last holiday to Yankee.
This is after SS?
Sorry,
Or
this is after uni.
Okay.
Uni.
Okay.
Yes. And then after the short Yankee holiday, I went to London to work. But when I got there, I was staying with my uncle. And my uncle was like, "Now you need to do your master's." So the rest is history.
So how did you end up as an artist? What drove you in this direction?
Honestly, with the music, when I was in the UK doing my master's from 07, let's say October 07, I was there till January 2010. But the degree course was 1 year. Then I was still there in 2009 because the actual graduation is like a year later. Yeah. They always do that. I don't know why.
Okay.
During that period, One Love, 2007, I think One Love had moved to Ghana, right?
Yeah, true, yeah.
And then with Panji and all, One Love, like, he started singing and then, playing with the band. But they didn't really, they had a band. But One Love started coming to London for shows. So when he would come, I would be, by force, one of the backup singers. Like, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing backup singing. They said when they sing this side, in the end, you need to sing some, that kind of thing, right? So all his shows, I was going as a non-paid supporting sister.
That's nice.
So according to One Love, like when they would come back and they're watching the footage, Panchi would be like, Deborah should sing it. Why is Deborah not singing? Deborah should try it. She should sing, that kind of thing. Yeah. So when I came back to Ghana after school, I just told One Love that, I wanted to try something, and that's how it happened.
Oh, wow.
That's how it happened. But, I never planned to be a musician. But as a child, when I was very little, I wanted to be a star. When I was very little, like 3, 4. But then it left me. And growing up, primary school and JSS, I used to write songs. I used to do formation dances with my friends. I used to be in dance groups.
Okay.
We used to perform at Fanwell. That's a national theater.
Yeah.
Yes,
I remember Fanwell.
I was in like a dance group with my friends. I was in another dance group called Ray J when I was in primary. All the girls in the group were in GSS, so I was like the cool kid because the GSS girls added me to their group. And we used to perform at like Recognize, Golden Tulip Playback Show, Fun World, all those things. So it was a hobby.
Okay.
But I wasn't singing, but it was a hobby.
Okay.
Even the only singing I did as a child was in the choir because I went to a Catholic school and I was part of the choir. And to be better in the choir, my mom signed me up for singing lessons. But that was all part of Christ the King parish. Everything was done there. But there was no plan to be like an entertainer. It was always a hobby. So I think that just came to the forefront, but it wasn't planned.
Did you feel any type of pressure because of who your brother was when you're starting out? Did you feel like there was something to measure up to or live up to? Or
Oh, no.
Really?
No, I know that he's a boy, I'm a girl now. We are different. No, I didn't feel any pressure at all. I rather felt like, I have support, you know. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I rather felt,
That's
because when it comes to the singing, One Love composes, he arranges the music, he directs me when I'm recording, right? So sometimes I will just give him a concept that, I want to sing about something like this. So he'll help me write it. He'll help me with the melodies. Yeah, and he'll guide the whole recording. So
Obviously, he's older.
yes.
Oh, well, that's really cool. Like, it sounds like you guys have a very, like, genuine relationship. Like, proper brother-sister relationship. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they argue quite, an argument.
Quite argument.
Quite argument.
It's
The
normal.
difference
And
of
we are
opinion.
also both Virgos. So sometimes his Virgo is too much. Sometimes mine is too much. He's like, hey, OCD. And sometimes I think his is also too much.
Yeah,
so
but
we are very similar. So sometimes we can clash.
Okay.
Right? I think so.
Yeah.
We are both anal. That's the word.
True.
So I'm so anal, I'm like, don't touch my walls, to everybody, right? So I think One Love finds that a bit extreme. But of course, he also wants clean walls. But he's also anal in some other things that maybe I won't be anal with.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what do you genuinely think about him?
I think he's too real.
Just like you, right?
But even when I say too real, he's also too good in a sense that
that's
One Love can sacrifice his last stay in Ghana for his friend.
Yeah.
Because even one time it happened because I think one time we were all broke, and then I think I had just 10 Ghana left on me. I think I can be the same sometimes, but not always, right? I'm kind, but I'm calculated. So one love asked me for 10 Ghana. It was my last 10 Ghana. So I gave it to him because I didn't need it. I wasn't going anywhere, right? So I gave it to him. Then later, 2 CD came. Elliot, Charlie Debbie. With the guy, I can't speak the guy. Yeah. Something like he wanted money. And I'm like, oh, I just gave one love my last 10. He said, he too, one love just gave him his last 10. I said, you Elliot, you are going gathering all the money. Yeah, so, and then, so yes, one love is very real. He's very kind. He's very empathetic. Sometimes he's overdoing. I'm like, I have to advise him all the time. Don't be too nice. Don't be too nice because one love is too nice. I mean, I'm the type of person that I can sense energy. That's why Mutombo will say, if I don't like something, I'll never fake. No. Because after, I'll regret and I'll be uncomfortable.
Right.
It has happened to me in situations where I didn't listen to my instincts and I got very angry, right? So I've learned from that. But one love is too nice. He sees only too much good in everybody. Really? And most people don't appreciate him. They become too familiar with him. They take him for granted. Or they think that he doesn't need or he doesn't like money. No, everybody needs money, right? It's just how the world is. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. And, so sometimes I have to sit him down and say, Charlie, don't be helping. They don't respect you. Yeah. Especially most Ghanaians. If you don't charge them, they don't respect you. True. They'll be like, oh, thank you and everything. So, that girl, she go give you for free. Make you know, I go talk to her. No, that thing is not good. That thing is not good. So he's very caring and empathetic and stuff.
So that's on the personality side, but what do you think of his work? Like, genuinely?
As for his work is in like 2050, 2070. That's when the world will understand his work and Mensah's work and even Mutombo's work. True. We are way ahead of our time. Because even when I take my Uncle Obama video, which Mutombo was part, and we shot at Kaneshi Market, and I shot in African prints, things that I had partly sewn myself and designed myself. We're talking about, through the song, we're talking about environmental pollution. We're talking about going to the market with your own basket, buying fruits, right? There's always deeper meanings to, the music that we make. Yeah. You are dressing according to the weather. What's wrong with all those things, right? Right now, we are fighting all the pollution. We are fighting plastic pollution. We can't. We are drowning in it. We are fighting environmental pollution. We are fighting all the garment waste on our shores and stuff like that. But when did we do that track and video?
That's a long time. That's a perfect segue, actually. Finish your thought and then I'll say
2012. And then most of our videos were in Ghana, local setting, African print, market. People won't look at it because you haven't flown to Dubai with famous films to shoot with some big camera like this. Yeah. So they know they see them. You understand? If you go essay, if you go shoot with white director, they know they see them. Right now, look at all the Nigerian videos. Where are they shooting? In Accra, in Ghana, Jamestown, African print. So we know we have always been ahead of our time and we are still ahead of our time. Crazy. Even the song Medikal and I just did is way ahead of. Yankee Self, they don't do that style with that high-pitched voice changing thing. They don't do that. Yeah, so I feel that we are in like 2050 or 2070, and the world is here to catch up.
So it's good that you brought up Uncle Obama. I knew it had something to do with Obama, but at the time, that's how I got introduced to you. I was in my little hole in America somewhere blogging, I probably had a stick up my ass as a prove that. I was a big fan.
Wait, what kind of stick? Literally?
No. I just say I was... No.
I thought maybe some medical something like like health.
Yeah, I love your sense of humor. I love that. But I was, I think, a fan of Obama at the time before he came to power.
Good.
And to be honest,
you were a fan then.
Then I'm no longer a fan. But at the time, I was looking at it from a different perspective. Now,
Tell me the perspective you're looking at it from. Were you looking at it that it was incest?
No, I was looking at it from, I just thought it was off color. But I went to do some more research about you years after the fact. I even wrote a whole article on my blog about it because I was kind of like, what's all this? Oh. And then my perspective evolved. But I went through that with One Love myself as well because I didn't get where he was coming from. I knew him a bit from a circle of friends.
So imagine if someone like you is not getting us. Then imagine the masses.
Yeah. So it was dope. But I feel like what I wanted to ask you was, already answered by the statement by you going back to the Uncle Obama about the true intricacies of that particular record. Because at the time, on the surface, it just felt like Uncle Obama and and then if you don't take your time to actually break it down, you won't get the message.
Yeah,
but you already answered the question. That's pretty good that you brought it up. But it's good to have you guys as part of the industry, because I think the diversity and the depth that you guys bring to the music industry here is very needed. Because sometimes it's just like, Charlie, you're tired of hearing the
trash.
Baby girl wine for me, or only that. There's nothing wrong with some of it, but when the message is consistently like, Charlie, that, artists like yourself, your brother, Mensa, Mutombo, bringing some depth to the music is always like, enriching.
And I remember when Uncle Obama, because I think you guys were saying that the song is going to blow.
What?
Right, like the song, like the Uncle Obama song, because
We said what?
You guys, you and One Love. I remember a loose conversation about how the song is going to blow.
Yeah. So I'll tell you why, right?
I literally saw the song blow. Worldwide. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Me, I was doing it just for the fun of it. Like, these are my friends, and I was just messing up. But after the song was dropped, it was I think CNN did a feature, like several news agencies.
I'm sure that's how it came across my radar as well, because it was all the way in Ghana.
Because they'll say, oh, this Ghanaian girl is on CNN.
And the Nigerians, the insults.
Even yesterday, someone came to, the reason why I said, oh, did you think it was incestuous or whatever the word is? Someone came to say, this is promoting incest. So I actually responded, and no, you see, they don't know different cultures and backgrounds. So I explained to the person that, in my country, when you want to show respect to an older person, you don't just call their first name. You put uncle in front of the name. If it's a woman, you put auntie in front. So I got a lot of such insults and bashings. I had to turn off notifications on my YouTube at that time, 2012. Since then, it's now that it's on again. It's just like 2 years ago that I put it back on.
How many views does it have now?
Well, I think like 1.6 million. It kind of stopped. But the thing is, a lot of people have uploaded it. A lot of people have uploaded it. So, and even now, when you go to YouTube, you don't see mine first. You see the one from GhanaMusic.com. Theirs comes up first. So
is there a way to stop that or control that?
I think so, right? You are the YouTube, this thing.
So that yours is like.
But someone said to me that because of the copyright, I will be getting the money. But I don't think so. I think they are getting it.
But that's crazy. They are getting the ad.
They get, because when you go to YouTube and you type Sister Deborah Uncle Obama, their account comes up first.
But how's that legal?
It's not legal.
So you
it's
can
not
take
legal.
action about
Mutombo
it.
should. No, we can just. It's a technical thing. I think you have to do it like through the back end, YouTube stuff.
You have to claim it then.
Something like that. Yeah, you help me do that. Yeah.
I hope you do.
So when you were telling us about your trip to Spain,
yes,
you made mention.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even end. Okay. So on that trip, that's when I visited Mallorca, and I was talking about La Pili because La Pili didn't take us to like the posh, bougie, touristic places. We went to the places that the locals go. And for 5 days, each day, she took us to a different beach. So we got the real experience of Mallorca, where like the local, even if it's local tourists, where the local people go. And it was still very nice. So there's one part where it's very rocky, and there's like puddles of seawater, but the rocks are very slippery. Then there was another beach where, the sea there doesn't have waves. Most of this.
Really?
Even Romania, the sea is a Dead Sea.
Okay.
It's the Black Sea, which is also called the Dead Sea. There's no life in it. I've only seen like jellyfish and stuff. So it's like a big swimming pool. Wow. So when I was young, I used to tell my friends like, hey, Romania, the sea is a big swimming pool. So I was excited. You don't have like waves. You don't have waves.
Really?
Maybe some ripples.
Yeah,
but Mallorca was really nice. The food very good. And because it's like a seaside, they always have the fresh fish and the clams and all those things. And the people were friendly.
So it's not so strange to expect that when you go to a seaside place, you expect seafood and that it should be available.
Very
only
fresh.
In Ghana.
My rabbit have finished.
It's finished. We don't have some. You drive all the way, go. I mean, I don't want to put them on blast, but some of these places, resorts, you reach there. We don't have some. I don't even bother going.
A bit light off and thin, so refrigerating it.
One of my favorite or best beach experiences was Abuja.
Wow.
I think like
where's that?
I think
Western region.
I think the first Asabako.
But Tobo, you know it first.
Wait, you've never taken him on.
Yeah, some of these your things you for invite me. You know you like me that much.
You have to go.
He's like this guy.
I don't know if it's still. Is it still clean? Or there's rubber bags there now?
I have no idea.
You haven't been to
Yeah,
it?
I haven't
Since the last time we all went, you
yeah,
haven't been?
Yeah, it's been ages.
But the last time you
Togo.
went, you saw dead baby dolphins on the shore. I was so sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, baby dolphin.
Dolphin de Ghana.
Oh, plenty.
You a joke? Like dolphin,
But the
dolphin.
Chinese way them they ship them they fish with is it
The
trailers?
vessels and
Is it
the-
trailers? What do
yeah.
they call it? Then they collect dolphins at Tachi by accident.
Chai, Ghana, we crazy.
Yeah.
You know, we gave the Chinese their own loading dock.
But
For the
they are
beach road.
business
But
people.
yeah,
Though. They are
them
business
there,
people.
yeah.
And they
That's
do
what I'm saying. I mean, if you let them penetrate your system, they'll penetrate as much as you want them to. But it's crazy.
So when we were talking or sharing your Spain story, you made mention that the guys like they were told that you support the LGBT.
Yes. So they were very touched and happy.
Yeah. I mean, LGBTQI it's something that the government has been fighting, against. It got to a point where they wanted to make it illegal. I think
Well, it's already illegal.
Yeah,
No,
But they want
it's
to-
not already illegal.
The-
The only law says that we are not supposed to practice unnatural carnal knowledge. That means any sex that doesn't involve the penis to vagina. So if you've collected blowjob, you have been
Yeah.
without this thing.
No, I know that part.
Good. That's the only law. There's no law against homosexuals in Ghana.
Yeah.
But you see, let me tell you something. That's what right now the masses, they don't know. They don't know. They think there's a law against it. One, they also think, I've cut you.
Oh no, talk.
They also think, you see, people are not paying attention. People are not reading. They don't know what's going on. Even like you right now, I don't know exactly what's going on. And it's fine, right? They think that, right? Some people are thinking that, right now, they are saying we should legalize it. They don't know that there's rather a bill coming to criminalize them.
Okay.
And some also think that if they don't pass that bill, that means homosexuals are just going to be free and be jumping on them and pouncing on them. But already, that bill hasn't been passed and no one is pouncing on you.
Right.
Like, no gay person is raping anybody. No gay person. Listen, if a gay person hits on you and you just say, oh, no, Charlie, I'm not into that too. You keep it moving.
Right.
If he rapes you, then he's a rapist. He has to be, what's the word? Arrested for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But you see, even one time a friend told me, he told me that, Sister Debbie, I thought that when they say they are legalizing gay, that means the gay will just come and be like pouncing on us and rape, like force on us. So,
That's
but
very
he told
ignorant.
me, because he was also a kid.
Okay,
Right? He was
oh.
young, not a kid, but young.
Okay.
And he told me that, but when I went to SA, I saw that everybody's minding their business. No one, SA is legal, right? And I'm like, no, it doesn't mean that. What the bill actually, what we are trying to say, legalize it, is so that it will protect those people from, what's the word, from homophobes or like from bad people. Okay, not like people attacking them. Say, okay, now I understand. You see, a lot of people don't understand what's going on, especially it's in English and that kind of thing, right? So right now they want to pass an anti-gay bill, so an anti-LGBTQ bill, right? And this bill, they've copied and pasted from some extremists, what do they call it? Supremacist, white supremacist, right wing. When you're in America, those Trump people, what are they called? Are they the right wing?
Yeah, the right wing.
Good. They have something called the right family value. So according to them, their right ways, father, mother, and children, man, woman, and children, right? Now, the bad thing about this bill, which a lot of people are not bothering to read because they think, okay, I'm not gay and I'm not lesbian, or I don't care about them, is that it's going to affect almost everybody. Even today, he looked straight to me, but the way he was sitting was quite effeminate earlier on. The bill going to be passed, if you are a straight guy, you just sit some way, they can come and arrest you. Why are you sitting like that? So that is the dangerous aspect of this bill that's coming to be passed, that people are not aware of. Even the guys that say, hey, we go beat the gays, they wear earring, your hair make long. If you read the bill, you see that anything you do that looks like that is supposed to be of a woman style, you can be arrested. You can be bullied, like what SARS do to the kids in Nigeria when they're in the car. Now the straight guys are also painting their nails because now they're getting more. You see, they are painting their nails because A$AP Rocky is painting his nails. This person. It doesn't mean A$AP Rocky is gay. But right now, if they pass that bill, and a policeman in Ghana sees that you are a guy, you have painted your nails, Which one does he know that is in fashion? That is
Yeah,
happening.
it's more
Yes.
means for them to be oppressive. But
Yes, exactly.
let me play a bit of devil's advocate on some of the nuances of this conversation, because I feel like sometimes the conversation around LGBTQI++, we can't have a clean conversation where there's no... See, we're a society, and people talk about social engineering, and like you mentioned, these right-wingers think there's a right way to be woman, man, child. That's the nuclear family, right? And that's how their society has been engineered for so long. They are accustomed to it. So in the advocacy or the search for more freedom for everyone to live their lives as they see fit, adults, I believe personally that we had come such a long way with people understanding that who you choose to love as an adult is nobody else's business, to be honest. You need to be free to be able to do that. But from what I'm hearing currently, some of the fear is coming from what we are all witnessing in the West, that the meaning of your gender is completely different from 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. And you're witnessing the social engineering of another kind that culturally, I believe that any civilization has a right to determine how they want to live and how they want to be. So when the West comes in imposing and saying that you need to do this, you need to do that, my general angst is that I have never seen the West doing something purely for our good. It's always for the benefit of some interest that they have. Yeah. And there are certain circumstances, I don't want to be long-winded about it, but there's certain circumstances that you can see there's predatory behavior going on, especially in an economic society, like imbalanced society like ours. I went to Hans' cottage one time. Charlie, this old guy, young, muscular, athletic guy in the pool with him, and the guy was like, you know when somebody's shrinking, like, and not comfortable, but it looked weird. Let me just say that. There's nothing wrong with...
Wait, what was one white?
Yeah.
Which one was white?
The older guy.
And then the young guy was masculine.
Muscular young boy, like teenager.
And who was shrinking?
The muscular athlete.
The muscular one was shrinking.
Yeah, he was in the pool, like he couldn't move. Where the guy, they hold on and things. The point I'm trying to make is that sometimes people, like we're talking about these Catholic priests, whatever, they come into our country, they have the economic power, and they will entice young people, whatever it is that they choose to do. So generally, I think our culture is been always accepting of people with different backgrounds. If you go to Ghana culture, like for instance, the Wulomos, and some of them, like, you know, they allowed those who were effeminate, those who were gay, whatever, to stay in their quarters. Now, I'm not saying that practice those old ideologies where it's like, if you're gay, you have to be ostracized from society or you have to be protected or whatever. But we've never had a problem in this country where gays are being bashed. You go to Jamestown, you see...
They live in harmony.
Yeah, everybody is cool.
Yes.
So I think the point I'm making here is that some of the pushback is people literally afraid that their children are being engineered or philosophized to believe that gender fluidity and all of these things that we are probably not ready and prepared for as a society to deal with is being like imposed on them. And that's where I wonder where someone like a full advocate of LGBTQ, where your position comes in terms of, you know, our culture and how we're
Very
ready
good.
to... Sorry for the long-winded way of asking the question, but I needed to clarify where I was coming from.
Okay, so the truth of the matter is, as you yourself said, okay, so the thing is that queer people, I don't like to even say queer people, but queer people have been in existence since the beginning of time.
Right.
Even you have that knowledge about the African history.
Yeah.
Where I even opened up some some stuff where there's female husbandry. And they even said in pre-colonial, the period of, they said the Langi people of northern Uganda, the effeminate males known as the Muduko Dako were treated as women and could marry men. Like it's been part of our history and our culture, right? And the chiefs and the kings always lived in harmony with the effeminate men. They will come and wash, cook for them, clean for them if their wives are away, or even if their wives are around. Rich queen mothers and stuff would marry other women. Like Africa, this has never been a problem, and this is not a problem. And when religion came, when they brought Christianity and all that, that is when they also brought homophobia.
Okay.
At the same, they brought homophobia. Like people think that the West brought queerness, but I always ask certain people, if you go deep inside, maybe I'm Ankwetia, there's a Kojo Besia there.
Yeah.
He's never had a phone.
Yeah.
He's never seen a white person.
Yeah.
He's never had a television. He's just on the cocoa farm.
Yeah.
What do you mean the West brought it to him? Even deep back in the days, even where did the term come from?
Kojo Besia and all that. Okay.
Exactly, and we have Tree terms and all that. And Tree came before they brought English to us, right? That should let you know that from the beginning of the time. And the people that use religion to practice homophobia, even when was the Bible written? Many, many years ago. So such people lived amongst us from the beginning of time. They've been there since creation. But just because the person who wrote the part that they said Adam and Eve, and they didn't add the other people, that's where their problem is from. Because they don't want to open their mind and think otherwise and say, but they mentioned them around the same book. Yeah. And then where is the term Kojo Besia from? How come like our Ashanti aunties and stuff say even things like shim? Oh, wait, they are shim. They know. How come they know? They also know from their grandparents. Nobody was angry about it. Everybody lived in harmony, right? Yeah. Now, them saying that it's being imposed on children, it's a lie. You know why? Because I've never felt like a lesbian. I can't imagine kissing my girlfriend, like as my friend. Like, there's no feelings. Do you get what I'm saying? People who are queer and they are gay, they have feelings. But you see, this society, and a lot of societies, even in Romania, even in Hungary, the way they've passed the anti-gay bill, we have people who reduce our fellow humans to just sex.
Right.
But there are gay people there who have never even had sex. You, the holy Krife girl, you have so much sex after church with your fellow...
After church?
Yeah. After church, you have so much sex, you can barely walk straight on your way home. But then you are attacking a gay person because you are thinking that, they do anal sex. They might even be a virgin. So what if the person is gay, he's queer, but he's a virgin? What's going to be your problem with him? Because they say, we don't have a problem with them, it's the act. So I asked some lady, which act? Because me, I haven't seen the act. Yeah. Hey, have you been going to their room? Like, why is that act in your mind? Like, look at the Dalai Lama asking someone to suck the tongue. Is that going to be in your mind every day? No. Why is that in your mind? It's disgusting. You don't want it in your mind, right? If you don't like something, if anal sex or whatever puts you off, don't think about it. Okay? And then they argue with points like, if it's a man and a woman, dear, it's fine. Some of them argue that point, right? The other day, one love was like, if they eat the same food and they shit the same shit, it's not the same thing. You are saying, it's nasty, this. Why are you even thinking about those kind of things? Like, those are the arguments. And then it's a lie. Nobody is imposing it on anyone because that's how they are born.
But they're putting the educational materials in books.
Do you know what it is? Let me tell you. Children from 2 and 3 years, you see boys and they are effeminate. And they are attracted to the Barbie dolls. No matter what you do, that's what they like. That is how they are born. It's all about the chromosomes, the hormones. Do you get what? And do you know what? It should easily explain it to you. How come babies are born with both a vagina and a penis?
That's an anomaly. That's an outlier.
Pardon?
That's an anomaly.
So if it's an anomaly, shouldn't it explain how someone can be born like Mutombo, but feel like female inside?
I'm not denying that fact.
No, but that is what I used to explain to myself. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? So you don't understand why this is Mutombo. He looks what we call masculine. He has a dick. Well, I think you have a dick. I don't know. Should I check? Right? Mm-hmm. Then he's so feminine. Oh, Debbie, let's go check out the new clothes. Oh my God, this lip gloss. Why can't you understand that? Because if if science had even pushed further, he would have had even the vagina to go with that hormone, with those hormones.
So where do you separate gender from biological sex? Because from what
Biological sex, what do you mean?
Yeah, like biological. Just because you're male doesn't mean that you should be boyish, quote unquote.
Yes.
And just because you're female, so because when we say Kojo we're talking about shopping and doing this to your hands. So
no,
that,
they feel girly and they like and they're attracted to men, right? They're attracted to boys.
but a lot of times, my focus even here is not even about gay, because I think gay is already, we understand it. We know that.
Well, not everybody.
Okay.
Or they pretend.
My
they don't,
focus
right?
in this conversation as it came up was more about the idea of gender fluidity and the idea that you can transition and you can become or feel whoever you want, however you. So I can literally wake up tomorrow morning and say,
Wait, Fred. Let me answer your question about the kids. You saying that they are imposing and it's in their education. What I wanted to say is that from 2 years, 3 years, they are already feeling the opposite of what their parents is dressing them in and telling them to be. Listen, I know people that they are tomboyish since childhood, but the mother is forcing them to wear dresses. And you see that your child is walking like a boy, acting like a boy. Do you get me? And forcing the dress. Right now, the child is 20-something. And you've seen that, oh, your child, she's a tomboy. She's not attracted to men. She doesn't develop feelings for men. She has friendship with men, but only develops feeling for women. That is the difference, right?
Okay.
Someone explained to her parent that, okay, when you saw my father, how did you know he was the one? And then the woman said, I had feelings for him. So she told her mother, yes, me too. When I saw that lady, I had feelings for her. Do you get it? So when they are children, the reason why they are making it open and educating them about it is because kids like that are fighting their identity. And what do? They hide themselves in the room. They go through depression. Some even commit suicide. Some become something else. They become rebels because they are not comfortable. So they are suffering. It's like they are in a wrong body. And if you want to say that we are going to use medical things and chemicals, and no, in 19 and 18, if you watch those movies, they tried with the machines, and no, it's natural. That's how we just have to accept, say, there's different types of humans. Do you get what I'm saying? We have different types, but because we are following a religion which gave us a story, and I always say about Bible and those things, right now, us living in this, you see Fred's opinions are not exactly like mine, right? And not exactly like yours. Maybe mine and yours are a bit similar, but maybe his will be totally different. Right now, we'll write our own book and we'll call it Bible. That's the same thing we are reading. People are still reading now and refuse to think for themselves. No, because they said, Manuel. Now, so what I'm trying to say is that you have to leave it open. You are not imposing it on anybody.
You think kids should be
made aware of such
at a young age?
I think they should be made aware so that they don't. They feel. What's the word? They feel they can belong. So that they can belong, so that they are not fighting and angry and not understand. Some people don't understand themselves up till now because of what society is doing.
So how much room do you give to kids being susceptible, impressionable? Because when I was young, I'm sure I've played with my sister's dolls before. There's nothing wrong with.
And did you tell? Are you gay?
No, but let me land this point.
No,
what
right?
I'm saying is that personally, I believe that adults should be left to make adult decisions. If we don't allow children to smoke and to drink, I just don't believe that any child should be changing their gender when they're a child.
Okay, wait. The changing of gender thing, wait. You're talking about surgery.
And all of that transitioning stuff, I don't think that should be the focal point of childhood.
But wait, smoking causes damage to your internal organs, and alcohol also causes damage to your internal organs. Feeling like you are a certain gender and wanting to be there and be comfortable and live a happy life, how does that affect other people? My friend just came back from Thailand, and she said she saw lady boys, little boys with makeup and stuff. Everybody's living in harmony, at peace. You know, they are very cultural and it's a touristic place. Everybody's living in harmony and at peace. And you are saying the transitioning, no problem. Gabriel Union and Dwayne Wade, right?
Dwayne Wade, yeah.
The daughter is very happy. the transitioning, even though I don't know. I don't know if you are thinking about the surgery.
I'm
but
thinking
that
about,
one,
I'm thinking about things that are not spoken of much. People who transition have higher suicide rates in the trans community. These are all facts. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't know if you have the time.
no, those people, those committing suicide is because society is against them and not understanding.
No. They have
them,
transitioned and they are like in conflict with their own selves and bodies.
That one they have not.
What I'm saying, this is factual. When you get time, I'm sure you look it up. What I'm saying is, the point I'm making here is that children are children. Focusing them on what, because I don't know what, like, you have a society where now there's a higher propensity for people to say, my pronoun is this, my pronoun is that. I'm a she, him, tomorrow I feel like this, the next day I feel like that. Fluidity of all of that. Look, there's no problem with that if it's contained within like a certain, okay, if you go home, you do whatever you want, you feel like your parents are dealing with. But when society is saying that the meaning of woman is arbitrary, right? Which it has become. Woman does not mean what it used to mean. Woman is just a word.
Yeah.
Because you can feel like it, you can act like it, you can go in and out of it, and then it starts to have real world impact where it's like, okay, now I know a law has been passed, you can't say woman anymore, you should say birthing people. You should
Okay, but there's no law being passed for that too.
In Ghana?
In the world.
There's a law that has been passed.
No, they rather want to pass.
In Canada, the law has been passed. In some parts of the UK or Europe.
To say what? That there's fluidity and stuff?
No, to say that you can't say woman, to say that you should say birthing people, that on
birthing
birth
people,
certificate
I've
you shouldn't
heard
put the gender of the child, the sex of the child. All of these things. Look, Debbie, I'm not against.
Oh no.
I'm trying to have a very good conversation about this because I'm just trying to say that not everybody who is resisting the advancement of all this LGBTQ stuff is against people loving who they love. Some of it is coming from parents who are literally scared. Now, we can ignore it and pretend that it's not happening in our society, but not everybody has the confidence to speak on it publicly because of cancel culture, because of the fact that those who advocate for are usually more sharp-witted. They will use the words that you're probably not familiar with, so they can't engage in proper conversation. But I couldn't imagine that. I don't have any kids, so I don't have any dog in the fight. But if you have a boy and you have a boy and a girl, and your upbringing, your worldview is, I want to raise my boy, I want to raise my girl, and now you're being forced from a public standpoint. The government has now interjected itself to say that boy, girl are meaningless things and it's all fluid. And you're like, wait a minute, this is not how I want to raise my child. I think every parent has a right to raise their child as they see fit. So having to deal with some of the things that we would have considered extreme 5 years ago, now being right there in your face where I wake up tomorrow and Mutombo comes to me and says, I'm a woman, I feel like a woman. And then he wins Woman of the Year. I think it's like extreme.
No, that's always
Shouts to
but
the
Fred, how do you call it? Don't let the terms scare you.
I'm not scared. I think it's intellectual dishonesty.
So, yeah, whatever. Like me, if they say now is better in the passport, even passport, do you think we wish or we like to have passports and go through all that? That one is just governmental things, what's it called? Bureaucracies and things we follow. If you give birth to a boy and he acts like a boy, what we know as boy throughout, does it. If you give birth to a girl, she acts like or if later she's doing tomboy things, that one, all I'm trying to say is that's how people are born. You can't switch someone. So why is it that me, I've not become lesbian?
That's not.
You can't just become gay. Fred, and you see the one you said about the guy in the pool? He was probably not gay. He was probably doing gay for pay. Have you heard of gay for pay?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He's not gay, and that's because of money. That's because of poverty. That has nothing to do with...
But it leaves room for exploitation. But
no, it's all these things are already there and are existing. All these type of people are already there.
You see, when you walked in the room, I made a comment about, I love that you're wearing pink. I'm wearing pink shorts. The point I'm making here is purely intellectual. For me, I have, like I said, I don't care.
What are you worried
saying is-
about? Which one are you worried
What
about?
I'm saying is that the moment that you and I have the right to determine that pink is no longer pink because of how you feel or how I feel, there's
but there's a different
dissonance in
this one is
society.
you can't compare this one.
No. You
It's
can't.
not like that.
Debbie, when you see a man, typically, a man has certain
Wait,
features.
the man you see, he will tell you what he is.
I don't have to wait for him to tell me that. I have to be able to. If I see a
Why?
dog, can I say it's a cat?
Unless you talk to me, you can't judge
No,
my
but can a dog?
personality.
Can I see a dog and pretend it's a cat?
Pretend?
Yeah.
Nobody is pretending, Fred.
They're pretending.
They are not pretending. Then maybe those are different type of people. All I'm saying is that
No, they're
trans people and stuff. That's how they feel
Debbie, I
within.
think just try and understand what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with them identify as how they feel.
Okay. So
The
what's
issue I'm
problem?
having is that when the definition is being imposed on society to say, you're seeing clearly a man who feels like he's a woman,
Okay.
and I then have to acquiesce to that perception that I'm seeing a man, but I'm being told that because he feels like a woman, I should say he's a woman.
If you see a man who feels like a woman, you will not see him as a man. He would have dressed like a woman. He will be looking
He
like
still
a
look
woman.
like a man. Most of them. Now the
Most-
surgery,
most look like
they
women.
help and things.
No, most look like women. Most you can't tell. Most look like women
Just
because they
they've
already
gone through- okay.
because they already even have those features.
Yeah.
They already even have those features.
So I'm in a group chat, Humanist Society of Ghana, whatever, right? And one of the points that's being made is that if I go to a club, I'm a straight male, and I encounter somebody who has fully transitioned, who looks like a female, like I see Sister
Full
Debbie.
female, and maybe
And
I
it's-
was a boy before.
Yes. Where I see him, where I feel like, oh, Charlie, Debbie the B. I carry and put my car inside, we reach out. She knows I be straight male. And we get to my house. The conversation has reached this point where it's like, she doesn't have any obligation to tell me that she was a boy. Now, I have a serious problem with that because it comes...
Have you experienced that?
No.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that...
Because the trans women I know, they actually make the guy know.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
they're saying now that because you don't have to disclose all of these things on your driver's license, on your passport, blah, 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 they're erasing the idea that you can be checked off as this particular sex. I'm a straight male. I'm only interested in naturally born female. I don't care what you call yourself. I think it's a violation
You
of
try,
consent.
you go fail.
No, I'm not going like. I know see
You go like,
my
you go
ding dong.
like.
But no, the more serious point is that I think that to deprive a person of the consent to determine whether they want to be with a trans person or not, these are all part of the larger conversation that people are worried, people are genuinely, it's not just religion driven. I'm not a religion crazed person. I'm not walking around quoting the Bible or caring about the Bible as such. But I'm also a living, thinking human being, and I see society changing so radically in a direction where I'm like, okay, let's pump our brakes for a second. We're pumping children with hormones. We're making them transition when they don't know themselves. Look, a child will tell you, I want to eat breakfast, and they will choose 10 things and
Fred,
change their mind.
Are you Ashan? What's your this thing?
I'm mixed. I'm Equiapim and Ga and
Oh, wow. So
Nzima.
you cry. Yours is rich and everything.
And in Zima.
Do you know what I noticed about Akan? We don't have the word he and she in Akan.
Yeah, but we have other words that represent them.
Like what?
Bema, Oba.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But we don't have he and she. He and she is the pronouns.
Those are not
Pronouns.
Yeah, but that's an English view of language. What we have to think about
Okay.
is that our language specifically came up with words to describe different genders. That's just
Good.
Bema
Good.
and Oba.
So there was fluidity, and our ancestors accepted and lived in harmony with fluidity. So why is it that now they want to make it fluid and you are worried? Think about
No,
it.
they didn't mainstream it. So if you want to have a
Mainstream, I think there was no Instagram.
no. As in, so that's
20 minutes on just...
yeah.
Fred,
But
no,
that's
you
what-
are not getting me.
I'm getting you, but what you see, this
Wait,
is why I want us
right
to
now,
have
let me tell you
proper
something. Do you know that when
conversations.
I'm filling forms and I see the F and the M there, they shock me. Like,
Why?
what is that?
Why?
What is that for? What is the use?
Because society has to have consensus.
makes me feel like I'm in a public
No.
toilet.
Listen, Listen, Debbie. Let's listen.
But back in the days, there
Debbie,
wasn't he and she.
let's talk about.
Ninua, right? They
There
didn't
was he
care
and
about.
she. There's always been he and she. That's not true.
No.
Like you mean on forms?
No. What forms? I'm talking
you're
about
talking about-
primitive
okay.
times.
Okay.
Primitive
There was always
times
he and
are-
she.
What
There's
was?
always been he and she.
They say when you want to say brother and sister, like you say ninua or what? How do you say?
Nunya Bema.
Now you are
Ninua
adding
ba.
bema.
Yeah,
Wait.
but that's not. I didn't create that phrase or language.
Yeah, but let me say something. You don't necessarily have to add that.
You do.
You don't necessarily
In
have to
specific
add that.
circumstances, you do.
Okay.
If your mother, you have multiple siblings, and your mother is trying to differentiate between who they are sending.
But
you
I'm saying
for.
we didn't have those pronouns.
Yeah, because our language was set up differently.
Yes, because we were wiser. And we
No, it wasn't
allowed,
because of
we allowed
fluidity.
and accepted.
It
It
was-
was because of that. Because
No,
guess
there's no
what? We
specific-
accepted. We lived in
So why don't we have a
our
specific?
culture is actually very accommodating and elastic.
So why don't we have a specific word for fluid people?
What do you mean from English?
You have Bema or Ba. What's the in between?
Kojo Besia.
Kojo Besia is to describe a certain behavior.
Oh,
You don't
it's
have
to
a word-
describe a feminine, an effeminate man.
Yeah.
There is a word.
no. But they tend to be derogatory. We don't want to be derogatory. Guys,
Derogatory.
I'm
But
not,
all I'm saying is,
Kojo
me,
Besia is
me,
not a
you
fun
see the
word.
thing that you
It's
see
a
the,
nice
you see
word.
the thing that you are worried about that they are saying they are going to erase it. Me, it doesn't bother me because I know that my African
but
forefathers.
it's having real life effects on women's lives.
Like what?
Like, have you seen what's happening?
Where? In
I
where?
wish I turned my phone off. There's a guy getting in a ring with a woman UFC. He they take a knee, knock him out.
Why the woman too? She did there.
Because men are now being allowed to compete with women because they wake up the next day
But they want
and
to
say,
go and compete. But as a woman, if I get up and go,
world.
but as a woman, as a woman, if I get up and go, say I've sent myself. There. But I used to fight with my brother's physical when I was growing up.
That's akin. What you're saying now is akin to being somebody saying that you allowed yourself to be raped.
No, come
Yeah,
on.
it
But
is.
she does her job.
Debbie,
She's
if you
fighting.
say that
No,
she
don't
signed up for the
ever
job, but she
say
signed
that or put those words in my mouth.
Debbie, I'm just
It's
trying
a job, and they are fighting, and she
Debbie,
knows there's
I'm
a
trying
man.
to draw your mind to a comparison.
Wait, didn't she know there's a man there that she's going to fight with?
She's being forced to compete.
Forced. Why?
She's been forced.
I don't know about this force.
Listen.
Okay,
Listen.
you finish.
Listen.
Okay.
Let's count. Let's
Check.
I know say time.
No,
to
I
go.
can't count
But
because you are saying that someone has
Debbie,
been forced to
Yeah,
compete.
Debbie,
How? Why?
Debbie.
Where?
You came here knowing that you were coming to talk.
Tell me
to
about the fight.
I'll
What
come
fight
to that.
is that?
I'll come to that. You came here knowing very well that you're coming to engage with Mutombo and another person.
Of course,
This is the first time we met each other, right?
Don't waste time on that. Tell me about the fight
I don't
and
want.
why
it's
the
not-
woman was
It's about
forced.
giving context to the audience. And you and I are having a conversation. I'm not being combative at all. I'm not refuting what you're saying. I'm just trying to give context to what's happening. You're
But-
competing in a woman's
No,
sport.
but you put some words in my mouth, which was very bad, saying
No,
that
I'm
means
saying that
I'm saying that
you
if someone
said the
goes,
woman signed up for it.
No, she went to. Is it not work? Is it not wrestling? What
Yeah,
fight
so-
is
so-
it?
So that is why I'm trying to give you context.
Okay.
The context is that she participates in women's sports. She's been training for this her whole life. At the time she signed up and she began this competition, the definition of woman was absolutely clear. There was no confusion in this world about it. Woman described an adult female, period. All of a sudden, I, Frederick, can wake up tomorrow and say I'm a woman, and then I want to get in a ring with somebody who is a
trans
female,
woman.
and then I box her out and I win and I damage her ribs and things, and you're telling me that it's her fault?
But someone like you, Fred, you will not just get up and say you are a woman.
Oh,
It
but
will
it's
be a
happening
trans
already.
woman who would do that.
No, it's happening already.
You mean, so you are saying people are faking it?
People are doing whatever you allow them to do. That's what I'm describing about society.
And I'm saying that is not true. Because
Oh,
a straight
Debbie,
man
the
like
facts
you,
are there.
Mutombo, you are a straight man.
Yeah.
Would you just pretend to be a woman to go and fight? No, they don't pretend.
He has ethics. You're talking about an ethical human being. I'm talking about people who want to get an unfair advantage in life.
Fred, I've never heard of such
But they're
people.
doing it.
I've never heard of such
In
people.
sports,
And you know
in-
what? When you look at all the statistics of rape, I've never even heard of a gay person raping someone. It's always a straight person. So what
I'm
I'm
not
trying
worried about gay people raping people.
So what I'm trying
talking
to-
about people waking up and saying
They are-
that it's arbitrarily
No.
like they can call it's not
because
happening. Tobo, why you make quiet?
If let's say,
Because like this topic is so
deep.
it can go on.
But wait,
and on and on
wait.
and on.
Wait.
know?
All I'm saying is that, Fred, if someone says they are a trans woman, right,
Yes.
it won't be a straight man like you. It's actually someone who is
who
effeminate
feels-
and is
who
womanly.
feels like a
Look at Angel Maxine. She's very feminine, and if she goes to fight, and guess what?
Have you seen the video of the guy in the shop telling the people to call him ma'am, and then he was raging like a guy?
But you are looking at rare
It's not rare.
off
It's happening
instances.
all over the place, Debbie.
But how come I've not heard of any of
Maybe
this?
you're not paying attention to that side because you're on the side of advocacy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
It's not about the side
Listen,
of advocacy. Recently, they said there was a trans shooter in the US, right?
Yes.
And people were trying to bash trans and say, you see, trans have a problem. But guess what? There's been millions and
I'm
thousands
not one of those people.
Wait,
What I'm
millions
saying
and
is
thousands
that-
of shooters, and you were not bashing and angry at it, but only one this thing. You're trying to, not you, like they're trying to, whatever. These things you are saying is like one-offs or...
No, they are not one-offs. Debbie.
Because if it's a trans woman, as Mutombo said, the person will be feminine and softer. But at the same time, we've been fighting for equality. Me, growing up, I fought the same level with my brothers.
But
with
you're
my
not
brother
as strong as
Francis.
a man naturally is.
But if I start going to
general.
gym, I can be strong. And there are women who gym and
Charlie.
work out. And the women, are you saying that women wrestlers cannot ever beat a man? Do you know the Ghanaian women, how
An
they can beat
unprofessional
their
man,
husbands?
Yeah. No,
Guys.
unprofessional man.
So it's this
Guys,
thing. That's equality.
20 plus minutes.
We have to have a better conversation about
You
this.
know what? Eh?
No.
Let me add one
Then
last
that
thing.
means you don't. Then we are saying me. I also fight for equality, and I'm also a feminist.
But how is
so-
it equality when now women are being sidelined from a sport? Why,
You are
okay,
saying they are pretending. That's
listen,
the part that I'm like,
Debbie,
hey, who is
it's not happening.
pretending?
The simple fact is that you don't have a lot of trans men being. You are not hearing any complaints about a trans man going to beat regular men, because it not go happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a disparity that's happening, and I'm saying that woman, the idea of woman being arbitrary by definition is extremely problematic. Women have fought for centuries for their rights, for their place in society, and now all of a sudden, men who they were already running away from are allowed to wake up in the morning and say, I feel like a woman. That is so disrespectful
But guess what?
to womanhood.
Guess what? To me, it's not disrespectful, and it doesn't affect me in any way. That's me, and
How?
I'm a woman. It doesn't
I'll
affect
give
me
you a
in
real
any way.
life example.
No, I'm telling you that I know trans women. I have friends who are trans women. They are not. It doesn't affect me in any way.
Debbie, you are talking about everyday life. I'm talking about situations where the definition of woman matters.
No, that one
If
I've
you and
understood though, but I'm telling
if
you that
you and
me
I
personally,
are-
it doesn't worry
no,
me in
but
any
listen
way.
to this point, please. If you and I are applying for a job,
Okay.
and they are looking for a woman to fill the role, and you and I have exactly the same qualifications, and tomorrow I show up to the job with a wig, skirt, and a purse, and I say I am a woman, and they give me the job because I said so, and they sideline you, how is that helping women's cause?
Then you got the job as a woman.
Am I a
didn't get the
woman
job.
though? Because I woke up in the morning and I said I am?
But I'm used to it. Men always get the job.
Oh.
before they work, so it's normal.
Charlie.
But honestly,
so-
I'm not threatened by trans women in any way. They don't affect me in any way. Trans people, gay people don't affect me in any way. I don't even think they affect anybody in any way. Some people may argue about reproduction. Lesbians still have wombs, and gay men still have sperms. And guess what? The Earth's population just went from 7 billion to 8 billion. So there's no issue like that anywhere.
For me, I someone told me, or I saw it somewhere. I think someone told me, like, regarding these trans, men and women. And when it comes to this topic, you can go on and on and on, and like now, we can go on and never ever finish. But what that person told me was, so at the end of the day, like how the archaeologists, they are finding, skeletons and all that, right? So at the end of the day, when we all die, and we are found like 2 million years to come, are they going to say this was a trans male or this was a trans female?
It doesn't matter. Exactly.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Statistics matter. I'll tell you why.
Of
When
the
a
bones,
country-
statistics of the bones.
No. When there's real life implications of these things. When a country, for instance, that plans and budgets for taking care of its women, because women has fought up until this point to be getting self-care products, right? If we have a general consensus, I need to actually know the number of females who exist in any given community to know the type of female product to provide. So now if we're checking boxes,
Sweetie, they are not providing us with nothing.
I'm saying if they want to.
They never do.
Okay.
In this Ghana, even sanitary towels.
What I'm saying
Sweetie,
is,
I'm a woman and I don't
I
have a
know
problem
you
with
are a
trans
woman.
women.
You're obviously a woman. I'm not challenging the fact. All I'm saying that
Let's embrace the trans women.
No, no,
girl,
no.
you want to be a girl?
no. Like
Let's all
I'm
girl
saying
on
that
it.
facts do matter because if you have a consensus,
Fred. You
why?
won't try trans woman. You won't try.
No. I have no interest.
Are you sure?
No, none.
So what if
Zero.
I told you
If
I'm a lady boy?
I wouldn't believe it because I've known that you've existed before.
So can we go on with?
Yeah, you can
because-
switch the topic because I don't think.
Debs, so you have done so many adverts.
I love the way you put the white shoes to the outfit. By the way.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
My,
you've
my
done
friend actually styled me, Fafa.
Yeah. Oh,
Fafa actually styled me
shouts to
today.
Fafa, shouts to Fafa. You've done so many adverts, right?
Okay.
Ever since you were young.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
From
I didn't know
billboards
that.
to, screen and, to even print. How do you feel when you realize that because of you on that billboard, someone is going to buy something? Do you get a feeling that, oh, my face is selling this?
Yes, so I've thought about it recently and I'm like, oh, you know what? Traditional media is different though. But you know what? The energy that I put into a campaign when I'm signed as a brand ambassador, I'm like, oh, I need to put that energy into my own stuff. So like the mermaid leggings I was doing, they are there. I just need to come back. And I decided that the energy, like every week I have to do like a reel. I have to do like 2 stories, maybe some pictures. That same energy that I'm paid monthly to do by a certain brand, let me put it in my stuff. However, if I have a song out, as you know that one day I promote it like every day.
Yeah.
That one serious promotion. But when it comes to products, it's a bit difficult for me to like do sales and marketing.
There's a bit of anti-capitalist in you.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what holds me back. But if I'm doing it for someone, then it's easier.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also people have said, Deborah, you have 3.1 million followers on Instagram. You need to capitalize
Sheesh.
it. You need products, right?
Wow.
And then, yes, the thing is that most of my followers are part of the masses, right?
Yeah.
And to do a product, that means it has to be very, very affordable. Now, to be very, very affordable, that means I'm going to use a cheap form of packaging, which is plastic. And I also advocate against plastic pollution. So that also...
Is plastic cheaper than paper?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I mean, yes, it is. Definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the paper will have to be a type of paper, good quality, to hold whatever product. Let's say it's a lip balm.
Okay.
Or, those kind of things. So I fight these kind of things all the time. So that's why you won't see me also doing like makeup product, because you need plastic to do the containers and stuff.
I don't mean to cut you.
No,
if
it's
you
fine.
have a company come to you and they go like, Debbie, because of how you look, because of who you are, we want you to help us push this cream that tones the skin. And we are going to give you $1 million for 1 year.
$1 million?
Yes.
Oh,
Would you do
Mutombo,
it?
why you say 1 million now?
No.
Why you say
Would you-
1 million?
Would you do it?
I don't think I'll do it because I've turned down such creams. It was not 1 million, but some of them I didn't even ask for the price. So that means I won't do it.
Love it. But I wanted to piggyback off of
No,
something.
but Debbie, $1 million though.
Dollars.
Yes.
I not go do. All this thing will go to drain. Wow. As my manager, you say I should do it.
1 million, like for just a year, maybe just a billboard.
You didn't say just a billboard now.
Yeah,
I'm
just a
joking.
billboard.
No, the truth is, the thing is, it's deep, like it's skin deep. Okay, so I'm also not in the right position to tell people not to bleach. And I say this because it is skin deep. 2015 or 2016, I think 2016, I went to the BBC for an interview. And I don't know how this conversation came up, but I said to the woman interviewing me that I feel like because it's skin deep, someone will say to me that, because you are fair, you don't want me to also bleach. Do you know that I just made that up in my head? Recently, someone said to me, I told the person that, it's like you are spoiling your color. Stop using those creams and things. You are getting patchy. No, if I don't do it. I won't be nice. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure the way you are looking, your natural color is nice. It's very nice. Why are you saying that? You, Sister Debbie, you want to be the only fair one because you're already fair. So guess what? What I had said, something that what was it? What do you call, like a theory or something that I had made up in my,
It's a real life manifestation.
Yes, because that's the truth. That's just the truth because, it's colorism and it exists. Some men are attracted to, fairer skin, lighter skin. So people are bleaching because of that. Some too is an investment in what they do for a living and stuff like that. And I can't do that because, one, I'm mixed race, so then I'm lying. And I'm not someone known for lying. I'm not a liar, right? So my credibility, one, is going to be at stake.
In terms of promoting the cream.
Yes, in terms of promoting the bleaching cream. Yeah. Secondly, they can call it all sorts of names. Light, glow, skin, fair, clear. All those things is bleaching, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's from natural products.
Right.
Even if it's natural botanic products, you are still doing something that's going to lighten
your skin,
a part of you. Fine, it can be natural, but the fact that I'm an artist and I'm mixed race, the world is going to come and attack that brand. Yeah. And it's going to backfire. The same way the Nivea billboard backfired, right? So I won't do it. It will be stupid for me to do it. That 1 million, I won't even be able to enjoy it. Because of the backlash, my credibility will go down the drain and stuff like that. When I was a model and I wasn't an artist, I did a TV commercial for a cream. However, the cream, the way it's promoted is that it's for fair people. So even in the TV commercial, it was just me and another mixed race girl, both light skin, the same tone. And then the cream, they'll tell you that put it on your dark spots, right? Even that one, some people bashed me when I became Sister Deborah, but I had done that in 2011 when I was a model. And even the agency went against the contract. It was supposed to be just a year, but many years had passed and they were still printing billboards in like Togo and stuff.
I see you don't like suing people.
Oh, I don't like confrontation and stress. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that, and even that time I wasn't an artist and I was just a model, and even then they hadn't told me you see the way they've advertised the cream is for dark spots, but they know that dark skin people will go and use it all over their body. Yeah. But in the commercial, they don't tell you to do that. They'll say it's for light skin people. Do you get me? So it was a strategy, right? Right. But now, I wouldn't do such a thing. I've been contacted by a big brand from India. I didn't even ask them their offer. I just told them no, nicely. It was against my brand, blah, blah. And then even recently with a brand, I actually signed a contract till they showed me. They have a wide range of products. So till they showed me the actual product, I didn't know it was a specific product. And it was something about lightning, and it was natural extracts. But I still said no because of the whole idea of light, bright, glow. Do you get it? We are in Africa. Most of the population is dark skin, even though we have naturally light skinned Africans, right? But so what am I telling the young black girl? Do you get it? So I can't do it. I won't do it.
I appreciate that position. I think any type of bleaching is, problematic. But I don't think that people should ever preclude you from having an opinion on it because, you're just as black as anybody else, and you should be able to partake in that conversation. But
no. It's the people that have the problem within that will say that, you're already fair, so you don't want me to be fair. That shows you that it's a deep problem.
It is.
And like insecurity, right? An inferiority complex.
Social infliction on them. But something that Mutombo said I wanted to piggyback off of is when you see yourself on the billboards and how it makes you feel. Yeah. I'm wondering, have you ever felt like people, or let me even take it a step further, romantically, that you're not being seen, but somebody's trying to talk to you because you're a Sister Deborah, or because of your status as an artist? Do you feel like sometimes a person is not seeing you for you, but they're looking at how to capitalize off of who you are, and that's why they're trying to get with you or be with you?
Yes, unfortunately. Even sometimes I think it's in their subconsciousness. So later it comes to the front. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And how do you deal with that? How does that make you feel?
Oh, I've accepted that, and it just shows me that my level It's a higher level.
It's a higher
You
level.
understand what I'm saying?
I love that.
Dope,
I
Charlie.
keep giving this man too much.
It's been a dope conversation, and Charlie, another episode is through. We thank Sister Deborah for
I
coming.
promise
You
Fred.
already know.
I promise Fred a beautiful trans lady to have a figgle with, but it will come unexpectedly.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It will come unexpectedly, so he will never suspect.
Hey, Fred,
that
you have to
the-
be on the lookout.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm always in my room, so
Be on the
this
lookout
trans
for
person will have
be
to
on the
really-
lookout for a crayon. Dingy-lingy.
Maybe they would have to knock on my door. That's the only way, because I barely go out.
Trust me,
I
the
don't
knock
know.
would be so sexy.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay. I look forward to meeting the trans person and having a chat.
Yo, Sister Deborah, we thank you for coming through.
Oh, it was so
Charlie,
much fun.
Charlie.
Thank
so
you
much
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
It was good conversation.
Amazing conversation. And Fred,
It was lovely. I enjoyed it. I hope that we keep having real conversations, and
like this, yeah.
Debbie, it's a pleasure
With
to meet
nuanced views.
you. Yeah. I just, you know, I think it's a pleasure meeting you in person, because sometimes perceptions can be,
Yeah.
you know, far fetched.
Yeah. And guys, Charlie, you guys, you know, you don't have to do so much. All you have to do is share this podcast with one other person.
Even if
Listen
you're
to-
a hater.
Yes, listen to this podcast. Give us reviews. By so doing, our podcast would, you know, gain some grounds and, you know, be
Mutombo.
everywhere, you know, in eyes.
You're really giving them details as to what the liking and sharing would do.
Yeah, because that's the way to go, you know.
If you like it, share it so your
Yeah.
friend will also
No, I think
enjoy.
it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. With
yeah.
the way Charlie of late you pay, they rock the nice socks and sneakers.
Guys,
Yes, sir.
another
Thank
episode,
you.
the If More Let's Divide. We are through.